Alright guys, we have another video speculating what the lineup of this year's 10th anniversary could be, and I'm not gonna lie to you, this one gets a bit saucy.
Yeah, boy.
What if we got an LR Goku from each version of Dragon Ball? An LR from Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, and also Dragon Ball Super. Now, the reason for this idea is the last two 10th anniversary teaser trailers, this one from 2 days ago and the other one from over a week ago, is because they've both essentially shown the same thing. The beginning of Dragon Ball all the way through Z and Super through the end of GT. So let's start with our first LR. A Dragon Ball LR, which I would pick to be a Kid Goku. The last time we've had any form of Kid Goku representation that doesn't involve the movies was 2019. That is almost 6 years since we've had an OG Dragon Ball Kid Goku appear in Dokkan in any shape or form as a summonable unit. I do think it's a little early to super easy this one, but it's the 10th anniversary, so anything could happen. By all means, give this guy a super easy if you want to.
Do it.
The reason why I would go with Kid Goku rather than a Teen Goku is because Dokkan doesn't seem to differentiate the names, although that doesn't affect my theory today. But then also, it's been longer since we received a Kid Goku, and it's time to show OG Dragon Ball some love, whether you think it's hype or not.
Let's fucking go.
Our second LR, the ZLR, will be an LR Super Saiyan Goku from Namek, specifically the fight with Frieza. To be honest, I don't think you could go with any other choice for the ZLR, but this is where mechanics, and especially new mechanics, which the anniversary always introduces, so I expect no less from the 10th anniversary, could come into play. Also, if we want to get techie with it, the last Super Saiyan Goku from Namek we received in Dokkan was almost 4 years ago, so once again, long overdue. By all means, Dokkan, if you wanted to easy this guy with AGL Full Power Frieza, I'm here for it. But the way this LR Goku could work, because Z is a lot to cover, let's be honest, is he could start in Super Saiyan, you could then transform after a certain amount of turns, or maybe through active skill, into Super Saiyan 3 Goku, which could cover the Buu arc. But then maybe as a standby or a new mechanic, and potentially with conditions of Vegeta being on the team or attacking in the same turn, or not, depends how restrictive they would want to be with an idea like this, you could then go into a standby or a new mechanic. Goku goes into base, Vegeta comes out instead, you become indestructible essentially for 3-4 turns, collect as many orbs as possible. Then when you collect enough orbs, Goku and Vegeta will fuse into Vegeta. There is at least some representation of kind of everything we're talking about here. So we have a Goku, we have fusions, which we know is hype, and then using the example, using the old AGL Super Vegito, you could also super easy this man as well. The one thing I want from this Super Vegito though is I want him to have the Kakarot animations because they are peak. Now onto the Super LR, which I'm gonna go with SSBK specifically because it covers one of the first hypest moments in Dragon Ball Super all the way through to the very end. The only thing we're missing from this, which we only got from Worldwide last year, is a Vegito Blue. So I think we'll manage. Also, you could super easy the OG AGL one to go with it. I'm pulling out a lot of super easy A's here, so I doubt it would happen, but by all means, go for it, Dokkan. But the way this unit would work is something us Dokkan players have cried out for years, which Legends already has, which is an SSBK revival into UI. And this works exactly the way the name suggests. You start as SSBK, you trigger the revival, you transform into UI Goku Sign, and then if you want to add a little sprinkle on top of extra sauce, we could then potentially transform into UI Goku as well. Either again, for a new mechanic, an active skill. But the one thing a UI Goku needs to have is, of course, a ton of dodge. Then finally, for the GT LR, I would personally pick a Super Saiyan Goku to begin with, because once again, we are long overdue. The last time we saw a Super Saiyan GT Goku summonable unit in Dokkan was all the way back in 2021, so we're going on to 4 years this year. This also brings about more content. We could see easy A's for this Super Saiyan GT Goku and the Super Saiyan GT Vegeta as well, but this is where we really get saucy. So the unit will start as Super Saiyan Goku, then I would personally have a transformation which happens over time, no active skill, no standby, no new mechanic, just after say 3, maybe 4 turns at a push, Super Saiyan Goku will transform into Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Or to condense things down, we could start into Super Saiyan 3 Goku. This is also another potential easy way we could get this OG SSJ 3 Great Ape Goku from year 2. Another idea could be is we have a Super Saiyan Goku that has an entrance animation into Super Saiyan 3 Goku to cover all bases. But either way, whether we start or transform into Super Saiyan 3 Goku, this is where the standby comes in. So after a certain amount of turns, you can trigger the standby, you enter it for about 3 turns, collect enough key spheres, and guess what? During that standby, you transform into a Great Ape. When you collect enough key spheres, you can then transform into Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Also, another unit us Dokkan players have been crying out for years, and at least this way, we could potentially save another opportunity to have another transforming Super Saiyan 4 Goku for a dual Dokkan Fest with transforming Baby, for example. But again, this is where a potential new 10th anniversary mechanic could come into play, or just a standard active skill, where we could then transform Super Saiyan 4 Goku into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Again, maybe with a new mechanic, you need to have a Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta attacking in the same turn or on the same team, or maybe Vegeta could be part of the unit the same way he could be part of the Z Goku LR at some point when you do transform, to then fuse into Gogeta afterwards. And Dokkan, you don't even have to pay me, just make sure I get the 10th anniversary LRs, because guess what? This is even more content. This guy could also receive an easy A during the celebration, because again, long overdue. 2020 on JP, 2021 on Global. You're looking at 4 years. So another unit that is very much overdue an easy A. Not only that, to fit the theme, to fit the GTLR, we could also see super easy A's for both the year 2 anniversary Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. And then of course, these write themselves, but then we also have easy A's for both the year 7 units of the Super Saiyan 4s and the Super Saiyan Gods, which I'm very much looking forward to. Now, this idea comes from the fact that we have shown to be getting a base Goku essentially warming up to do a Kamehameha as the free-to-play login unit. And of course, we're also getting the Goku Story Edition and Vegeta Story Edition of Ultimate Red Zone, along with both those recent trailers spanning across the whole of Dragon Ball, from Dragon Ball all the way to Dragon Ball Super. But I'll say it before and I'll say it again, this is pure speculation, this is completely a concept, so do take it with a grain of salt and wait for the reveals in a few days' time. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments and any ideas and suggestions you have for the 10th anniversary, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, have a great rest of your day, and peace.